As I've indicated that I'm with my colleagues who are composed of 11 members.
Njengoba ngishilo ngihamba noza kwethu sesisonke singamalungu ayishumnanye.
Portfolio committees are portfolio committees which are doing oversight to our departments or our executive.
Ama portfolio committee umsebenzi wawo kwengamela noma ukubheka izikhulu ezisuke zinikezwe umsebenzi.
And its role is also to establish pieces of legislations.
Futhi indima yawo ukuthi iqhamuke nezigaba ezithile zomthetho oshaywayo.
Before we proceed, I will request that we rise and start with the national anthem.
Ngaphambi kokuthi siqhubeke ngizocela ukuba sisukume bese sicula iculo lesizwe. Siyabonga ningahlala phansi.
I'm told we have got the ward councillor in our midst.
Ngisanda kutshelwa ukuthi kukhona ikhansela leward eliphakathi kwethu.
So before we proceed, we'll request he or she to come and welcome us.
Ngaphambi kokuba ngiqhubeke ngizolicela ukuba lize ngaphambili ukuze lisamukele.
Over to you, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone.
Siyanibingelela nonke.
My name is Councillor Fiza Chame, and I am the ward councillor for this ward. I'd like to welcome the committee for being in our area and gracing our presence. We are humbled, and may today go off well. And when we leave here, we must leave with the intention that we have empowered our small enterprises. I thank you, Councillor Fiza Chame.
Igama lami uWiza Chena oku ikhansela ngithanda ukwamukela amalungu eportfolio committee ngingamukele nabo bonke abantu abalapha ngithemba ukuthi kuyothi kuphetha usuku lwanamhlanje sonke siyosuka lapha sesazi kahle ke ngalezi zichibiyelo zomthetho wamabhizinisi amancane.
Thank you, Honorable Ward Councillor, for welcoming us.
Siyabonga councillor ehloniphekile ngokuthi usamukele.
We will now be free to interact with the public.
Manje sesizozizwa sikhululekileke ukuthi sikhulume nomphakathi.
As I've indicated that our committee is composed of 11 members.
Njengoba ngishilo ukuthi ikomiti lethu lakhiwa amalungu ayishumnanye.
6 are from the ANC.
Ayisithupha avela ku-ANC.
2 from the DA.
Amabili avela kwi-DA.
1 from the EFF.
Elilodwa livela kwi-EFF.
1 from ATM.
Elilodwa kuvela ku-ATM.
1 from Elijah Ma.
Elilodwa livela ku-Elijah Ma.
And then 1 from IFP.
Bese elilodwa livela ku-IFP.
We are working as a collective.
Kodwa sisebenza ndawonye.
We are not in an imbizo.
We are not here in imbizo. Asikho lapha embizweni.
But we are here to present the bill before you.
Kodwa esikuzele lapha ukuzokwethula lo mthetho sivivinyo kini.
Our expectations is to receive input to empower the bill.
Esikulindele ukuthi sizwe uvo lwenu ukuze lihlomise noma liqinise lo mthetho sivivinyo.
The bill is overdue, I think, for about 8 years.
Ngicabanga ukuthi umthetho sivivinyo usudlulelwe cishe isikhathi cishe ngeminyaka engu-8.
So I would request that my colleagues introduce themselves first so that we can outline the objectives of the bill which is before you.
Ngakho ngizocela ukuthi amalungu ozakwethu engihamba nawo azethule ngokusheshsha ukuze emva kwalokho ngikwazi ukunethulela lo mthetho sivivinyo ophambi kwenu.
Good morning, everybody.
Ngiyanibingelela nonke.
I greet you all. My name is Faiz Jacobs. I'm originally from Mitchells Plain, Cape Town, Western Cape. I'm the whip for small business. It's great to be here in Joburg, and we look forward to your constructive and empowering inputs. Thank you.
Umhlonipheki usezethulile ke igama lakhe washo futhi ukuthi uvela eWestern Cape usebenza kulo leli committee lezamabhizinisi amancane uyanamukela nonke.
Dumelang,
Sanibonani.
le kae? Leina la ka ke Bridget Thomelang, ke tswa ko Northwest Province, ke member ya portfolio committee ya small business development. I wish you well. We want to see the small business growing from small to be big businesses. I thank you.
Igama lami uBridget Thobelang ngakho nami ngikulo futhi leli committee lokuthuthukiswa kwamabhizinisi amancane sifisa ukubona lamabhizinisi amancane khula kuba amabhizinisi amakhulu siyabonga.
Pambili, small business, Pambili. Good morning, everybody. My name is Hendro Kruger. I'm from a province next door, Mpumalanga. I'm serving in this committee since 2014. Small business is close to my heart, and I want to say thank you to each and everybody here that's going to give us some input so that this bill can work for the people of South Africa and small businesses. Thank you.
Igama lami uAndrew Kruger ngivela esifundazweni esiwumakhelwane okuyimpumalanga. Indaba yamabhizinisi kimi senhlizweni yami futhi siyabonga ukuthi nilapha sibheke phambili ukuzwa uvo lwenu ngale ndaba ethinta lamabhizinisi.
Molweni,
Greetings.
igama lami ndingu Honorable Babalwa Mathulelwa, ndingowase Matatiele eEastern Cape. Ndiseva kwi-National Assembly kuyo le Small Business Committee. Thank you so much.
My name is Babalwa Mathulele. I come from Eastern Cape in Matatiele. I'm also the member of this portfolio committee and also serving in National Assembly. Siyabonga.
Hey Tada Josie, hey Tada! Hey Tada Josie, hey Tada! My naam is Hein April.
Igama lami Hein April.
Ek is 'n outie van Gauteng.
Ngivela
Ek is gebore hierso. Ek is groot gemaak hierso en ek het geweet die man gaan my nie verstaan as ek begin om te wheaties nie. Second time, guys. No, I'll speak English. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Don't worry.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
My name is Hein April.
Igama lami uHainem.
I'm from Gauteng.
Ngivela khona lapha
Do
eGauteng.
you know the Springboks? No,
Niyawazi
I don't know. Do you know the Springboks?
Niyawazi amabhokobhoko.
Now all the Springboks come from one town.
Onke amabhokobhoko
The name of that town is Boksburg.
Lelo dolobha.
And I'm also from there.
Nami ngivela khona.
We are here this morning. I'm a member of the Portfolio Committee on Small Business.
Ngisilapha namhlanje nami ngiyilungu lale
I am
portfolio
an
committee
agile-
yamabhizinisi amancane.
Small businessman who has been in small business for many, many years.
Ngiwumuntu obelokhu esebenza ngawo amabhizinisi amancane iminyaka eminingi.
I'm now deployed by my party to be in parliament to represent small businesses.
Njengamanje ngimelela inhlangano nami noma iqembu lami kuba ngibe sekule committee yamabhizinisi amancane.
Now I can tell you no one can understand the frustration of small business more than a person who has been in small business and has to run from door to door and place to place every day.
Ngibazi kahle ubunzima bokuba sebhizinisini elincane kumuntu obekhona usebenza usuku nosuku kulo nsuku zonke.
But that's why we are here to tell you and to engage with you, or not to tell you, to hear from you with regards to the bill to make small business work better for you.
Ingakho silapha hayi nje ukuzonitshela kuphela kodwa ukuzozwa kini sizithole uvo lweni ngokuphathelene nalamabhizinisi amancane.
With that, I'm looking forward to hear to all your inputs and take note of it. Thank you.
Ngalawo mazwi ngithi ngibheke phambili ukuzwa uvo lwenu oluzosithatha lusiyise phambili. Ngiyabonga.
Sanibonani.
Greetings.
Igama lami nguThokozane wakamyeni ngivela kwaZulu Natal.
My name is Thokozani Mieni. I come from KZN.
Ngiseva kulo ke le committee la small business.
I'm also serving in this committee of small business.
Ngiyabonga.
Thank you.
Sanibonani.
Good morning.
Mina ngiyinkosi uBhekizizwe Luthuli. Aqhamuka kwaZulu Natal.
I am the King Begizizwe Lutuli, or the chief, excuse me, the chief Begizizwe Lutuli. I come from KZN.
Ngikulona ke le committee indawo yami ike along the south coast la kwaZulu Natal.
I'm also in this committee and I come from the south coast of KZN.
Thank you. Say,
Siyabonga
you now
kakhulu.
know who's before you here.
Njengamanje seniyazi ukuthi obani abaphambi kwenu.
I have got an announcement. Someone left her keys or his keys at the registration desk. Can you go there and collect your car keys?
Nginesaziso kukhona oshiye izikhiye zakhe zemoto lapha ya okubhaliswa khona ngakho ungahamba uyozibheka lezo zikhiye.
Before I hand over to my colleague to outline the objectives of the bill, I would like to acknowledge our former member of the Portfolio Committee, Mr. Chance. He's in our midst. Can you raise up a hand so that they see you? Thank you so much.
Ngaphambi kokuba nginikuza kwethu aqhubeke ngithanda ukubingelela nokuhlonipha owayeyilungu futhi lale Portfolio Committee ngaphambili umnumzana uCharles njengoba simbonile sukuma.
And I'll now hand over to my colleague to outline the bill.
Manje ngizonikeza intambo uza kwethu ukuba nje anichazele ngalomthetho sivivinyo.
Today we have bring Cape Town to you. We are in Parliament where we are.
Namhlanje sinilethele iCape Town sayiletha lapha kunina ngakho niseParliament njengamanje.
Even the TV here Parliament is here.
Ngisho neTV yeParliament nansi khona.
So those who will participate will be live on TV.
Ngakho labo abazoba neqhaza bazovela bukhoma eTV.
So, but what is important is that we're going to apply the rules of Parliament.
Kodwa into ebalulekile ukuthi uma silapha sosebenzisa imithetho
You
yaseParliament.
don't just speak as you like,
Awumane nje uvela ukhulume ngoba uzizwa uthanda ukwenza kanjalo.
but let me allow him first to outline the bill
Kodwa ke ngimniki intambo ukuba athi ukuchaza kancane ngalomthetho
so
sivivinyo
that we can proceed with the process.
ukuze sizokwazi ukuqhubeka ngenqubo yethu.
Over to you. Can we give him a round of an applause?
Sicela nimshayele izandla.
Thank you, Chair, and also to applause to our chairperson who's led this portfolio committee really well.
Siyabonga sifuthi ngibonge nomsihlalo wale committee obelokhu esihola kahle kakhulu.
Again, this portfolio committee is a multi-party portfolio committee. We've covered the length and breadth of our country. For the last month, our family didn't see us, and we've covered more than 30 small towns, dorpies, and districts to take the bill to our people.
Njengoba ngishilo le committee yakhiwa amaqembu ezombusazwe ahlukahlukene futhi besilokhu simatasa kulenyanga edlule cishe sihamba amadolobha angu-30 imndeni yethu cishe ayizange sibone kuso sonke lesikhathi siphansi phezulu.
We would welcome the input of the residents of Gauteng today and tomorrow, and we also look forward to ensure that this bill makes a visible improvement to the ecosystem of small business for all of our people.
Sizobe silalele uvo lomphakathi walapha eGauteng namuhla nakusasa bese siqiniseka ukuthi lolo vo liyasetshenziswa ekutheni lithuthukise umthetho sivivinyo ophambi kwethu.
You are a very special breed of people, entrepreneurs, that we want to encourage. We want to encourage more entrepreneurs. We want to ensure that South Africa becomes a nation of job creators and not job seekers.
Ningabantu ababaluleke kakhulu abanye benu phakathi kwenu bangosomabhizinisi ngakho sifuna ukuthi sishintshe iNingizimu Afrika ingabi nje kuphela abantu abafuna umsebenzi kodwa kube ngeyosomabhizinisi abavula amathuba omsebenzi.
We hope this bill can change the landscape of our economic realities. There's only 5 million South Africans paying tax, and hopefully through growing small business, we can increase the tax base and move a lot of our people away from the welfare system to get a hand up, not a hand out.
Sifuna ukuthuthukisa cishe sishintshe indlela umnotho wethu osebenza ngayo lapha eNingizimu Afrika. Njengamanje eNingizimu Afrika abantu abayizigidi ezinhlanu bakhokha intela. Ngakho ngokwanda kwabantu abaningi abaphuma kubhizinisi kuyokwenza ukuthi kube baningi abantu abaphakamayo kunokuba kube khona abantu abehlela ngezansi.
Allow me quickly to take you through the 5 aspects of the bill that form the basis of the aims and objectives of the bill.
Ngivumeleni ukuthi ngithi ngibeka amazwibela nje ezinto ezinhlanu ezishiwo umthethosivivinyo zethu ukuze ngizizwe.
The first main aim of the bill is to ensure that we integrate all the services in small business. In the past or currently we have CIFA, CEDA and the Cooperative Development Agency all separate. The bill proposed one integrated non-stop shop for South Africans to get financial support, non-financial support, and also the help with registration of stokvel and also cooperative.
Inhloso yokuqala yalomthethosivivinyo ukuhlanganisa nokudidiyela inhlelo eziqondisa amabhizinisi. Ngesikhathi esidlule bekuba khona inhlelo enjenge-SEDFA ne-CIFA ebezihlukahlukene. Kodwa ke manje ngalomthethosivivinyo esiwenzayo sifuna ukuhlanganisa ndawonye lokhu kusebenze ngaphansi kwemkhandlu noma ngaphansi kokuqondiswa okukodwa bese kuthuthukisela umnotho phambili.
We've heard and listened to our people across the country saying that we can't go to one place for a business plan and then another place for money. We need to ensure that we have integrated services, and also the services of help for small businesses must be decentralized and brought to our people.
Sibazwile abantu njengoba behamba sibalalela bekhala ngokuthi asikwazi kuba nezinhlaka eziningi uma sifuna ukwenza uhlelo lwebhizinisi siye lapha ya, uma sesidinga imali siyongena lapha ya, kodwa uma sifungahlanganiswa kube uhlaka olulodwa lokhu kuzokwenza ukuthi kube lula kithi njengosomabhizinisi.
The second aspect of the bill is the establishment of the Office of Small Business Ombudsman. They would be your non-stop support protector. It's like the CCMA for small businesses. We know that small businesses are being bullied by big companies and also by government by not paying you on time and also not ensuring that what is due to you contractually gets achieved.
Manje sifuna ukuhlanganisa ke futhi siphinde sibe noma umlawuli noma umxazululi oyedwa ozosiza ngoba kade kulesi sikhathi nihlupheka ngezinye izikhathi bengafuni ukunikhokhela. Ngakho manje uma sinomuntu oyedwa esizoya kuye uma sinezikhalo bese kwazi ukusixazululela lezo zinkinga zethu kuzokwenza izinto zibe lula. Enye inhloso leyo yalomthetho sivivinyo.
The ombudsman will provide effective, independent, timely, efficient, cost-effective dispute mechanisms for you. So you will be able to go there, lay your complaint, and they will investigate and pronounce quite quickly.
Lomlamuli noma umxazululi okuzoyiwa kuyena uzokwenza konke anisize ngaphandle kwezindleko. Ngakho uma ninenkinga nizokwazi ukuya kuye bese enisiza kulezo zinkinga enisuke nibhekene nazo zamabhizinisi.
The third aspect of the bill is to declare certain practices as unfair trading practices. The Office of the Ombudsman will conduct investigations and make recommendations on unfair trading practices against yourselves, unfair termination, especially commercial relationships.
Okunye futhi okuzenziwa uye lomlamuli noma umxazululi uzobheka ukuthi ikhona yini izinto ezenziwayo kodwa ezibonakala ziukwenzelela zingabi nobulungisa. Ngakho uzobe sezibheka ke zonke leyo mkhuba enjalo enza uphenyo uma sezitholakele bese banegunya lokusho ukuthi le ndlela yokusebenza ayindlela engalungile engenabo ubulungisa.
Thirdly, the bill will also declare the rights that small business have. You have a right to trade and transact freely and fairly. You have a right to clear business contracts. You have a right to reasonable payment and also interest on late payment towards you. You also have a right to disclosure of relevant information, and definitely you have a right to accountability from large firms and government entities.
Lo mthethosivivinyo futhi uzophinde ubheke amalungelo onawo njengosomabhizinisi ngoba unelungelo lokuphathwa kahle, unelungelo lokukhokhelwa, onke lamalungelo akufanele unikezwe wona. Lo mthethosivivinyo uzowagcizelela namalungelo okusayina izinkontileka njengosomabhizinisi. Enye yezinto futhi ezobibhekwe yilo mthethosivivinyo.
The last aspect, or the last key aspect of the bill, is to shorten the definition to have only 3 definitions, which is micro, small and medium, and also to align this bill to the constitutional requirements of our constitution.
Izophinde futhi ibheke inciphise nokusetshenziswa kwaleli gama ebelikhona elide ikwenze manje lichitshiyelwe kube igama elincane bese futhi iqinisekwa ukuthi lo msebenzi wenu amabhizinisi uwenziwa ngokuvumelana nomthetho sisekelo.
I have tried to simplify, and I hope you have understand the key elements of the bill. It's now up to you to provide us input and inputs to this bill.
Manje ngimane nje ngakha phezulu ngazama ukuchaza ukuthi yini ephethwe yilo mthethosivivinyo. Sekukunina ke manje ukuthi nize lapha nizochaza ke ukuthi yini ningathanda ukuyibona ikulo mthethosivivinyo.
You have 2 ways to provide us feedback. First, written.
Zimbili indlela eningasinikeza ngazo uvo lwenu. Eyokuqala,
So those that are too shy to come and speak, you may provide written submissions to our parliamentary committees and secretariat service, which is on my left-hand side. Please indicate yourself.
labo kini abazizwa benamahloni ukuzohlala lapha ngaphambili banikeze izethulo zabo bangeza ngapha ngakwesokunxele beze nezethulo zabo ezibhalwe phansi bese befike bezishiya kuleli tafula.
And then the second way is to provide oral submissions. I will now invite hands. We are allowed 10 people at a time. We'll ask the ushers and parliamentary support to identify 5 people from this side, 5 people from this side. You are requested to provide your name, your surname, your organization or your area where you come from, and then also whether you support the bill or not and your reasons for it. You will be allocated 3 minutes to make your point and submission.
Indlela yesibili yokuthumela izethulo zakho kuzoba ukuthi uphakamise isandla bese bekusiza uze uzohlala lapha ngaphambili. Kuzothathwa abahlanu ngapha, kuthathwa abahlanu ngapha okube babe yishumi masebephelele. Ngakho uma ufika lapha ngaphambili into yokuqala ozoyisho uzozisho ukuthi ungubani igama lakho. Usho nokuthi umelela bani uma kunenhlangano ovela kuyona. Bese emva kwalokho uyasho ukuthi lo mthetho sivivinyo uyawusekela noma uyawuxhasa yini noma awuxhasi. Ubese emva kwalokho usho nezizathu zakho. Umuntu ngamunye ozokhuluma uzonikwa imizuzu emithathu.
You are now welcome to put your hands up, and you will also be allowed to express yourself in any language of your choice.
Seningaziphakamisa ke izandla futhi nikhumbule uma uza lapha ukhululekile ukukhuluma nganoma yiluphi ulimi oluthandayo.
Okay. Let's start by identifying 5 hands on the side, sir.
Asiqale ngezandla ezinhlanu ngapha
And you identify 5 hands on the side, sir.
bese kukhethwa futhi ezinhlanu ngapha.
Number 1.
First one is Betty and Swana. Yeah.
Please proceed. Thank you.
Ke a le dumedisa lekgotla la Palamente.
Greetings to the members of parliament.
Re a leboha le kgonne ho tla bathong.
Thank you for coming to the people.
Ka lebitso ke Petros Mosela.
My name is Petros Mosela.
Ke tswa Roodepoort.
I am from Roodepoort.
Bili re a e bona. Ene ebile re a e dumela.
We see this bill and we also accept it.
But this bill, ha o e shebisisa o ntse o ya le yona,
But as you continue to look at this bill,
le a re nka le re beya ko godimo.
you take us and you put us on top,
And ha le re fihlelele
but you do not reach us.
because gore le re fihlelele le tshwanetse gore le etse di office tse e le gore di tla sebedisana le masepala.
Because in order for you to be able to reach us, you have to work together with the offices of the municipality.
Le ka se be office Pretoria,
You cannot put an office in Pretoria,
then na ke dula Roodepoort.
whereas I live in Roodepoort.
Ha ke na le mathata ke o fihla neng Pretoria.
When I have challenges, when will I get to Pretoria?
Ene mo le bua ka small.
And now you are referring to small businesses.
And a small ke motho yo monyane yo e le gore o sa nyaka go godiswa.
And when you say small, small means someone who is still small, who still needs to grow.
Ene o godisa motho ka se mo godise o le ko gole.
And to be able to raise someone, you cannot do that while they are far away from you.
Ke be ke gopela gore le ska e dira fela gore le direle fela go feta.
May I please request that may you not just do this or implement this only to just pass.
Because ntho tse gale re di bona di etsiwa.
Because
Re saena.
because it has been long seeing this type of things being done and being signing.
Re a tsofala no.
We are now getting old.
Company ya ka ke 2001.
My company has been established in 2001,
But ha ke na next.
but even today I do not have anything.
Because di mesebetsi ha e tla e fihlela ko bathong ba ko godimo.
Because when opportunities, business opportunities come, they only reach people in top positions.
Rena ba mo fase mo le re sapang.
For us who are down below, we are suffering.
While sa etse di open tenders mo e le gore then everyone o tla kgona gore ha le ile la re ke billion le re kgaogantshe then re tla kgona gore re sebetse re gole.
Why don't you do open tenders where if there's a set budget put, for instance, of 10 billion, everyone can be, it can be shared equally amongst everyone.
And e ya gore le thusa ka tšhelete e a se yona ye.
And I want to also highlight that this issue of assisting financially is not right.
Because re ka se e fihlelele le tlo ba le re nyaka dipampiri tse dingata tse e le gore ha rena tsona.
Because we know that we will not reach there because you will be requesting many documents from us that we will not be able to provide. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We want all of you to talk. So when I do like this, I'm giving you first warning. And then
Like
you need
this.
to wrap up.
Okay.
So that we can get as many of us talking as possible. So I hope we respect the time. Please proceed, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Councillor. Thank you, members of the Parliament. And this is John Masike from Ward 105 in Alex, the most progressive ward in Region E. Mine is one, members of Parliament. It's we as a nation, we are frustrated. We are angry. We are hungry. And yes, we can see you can put all these clauses and all these policies in place. It's nice when you put them in paper. Subsection mang and mang, it's nice, but it doesn't speak to us. Why I'm saying it doesn't speak to us? Because it doesn't speak to that old lady that is sitting on the corner trying to sell sweets.
It doesn't speak to me where my father maybe he's late or my parents are late. They've left me a shop I cannot manage. Now I've got a Pakistan there. How is the ombudsman going to speak to a Pakistan who's not formalized? That means for me, on my side, I'm saying this bill, for as long as it doesn't speak to us on the ground, I will not pass this bill. It doesn't speak to us. It speaks to you when you are sitting there in those air conditioners in the office. That will create this thing. Now it will give this money to this my friend who's doing training, and he will go under CETA, he'll train those people, and my gain is that. Ngizoyisho ngesizulu lento le. Skathele ama project wa Magrotman. But le ama Magrotman, leave it. We are tired. We are angry. That is where you guys brood the seed that we call today the construction mafias. Because we are angry, what's ours there? And we are saying there's nothing for us without us. And we are tired of these white monopoly capitalist companies that will infiltrate prices there, and we are entitled to that 80% and they are entitled to that 70%, which is a bigger chunk. For how long are we going to stay on that 30%? When are we going up as black people, as coloreds, as Indians? And we fight for that 70%. So I will not pass this bill. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I don't think we need translation. I think let's leave translation, it's fine. I think all of us understand.
Should we skip it, sir? Thank you. Okay.
Okay, quick. Just make a quick summary then.
Good day, my name is Cleo Davis.
Thank you, sir. Okay. Sorry about that confusion. Igama lami uJohn Masiki wase Alex. Bengifuna ukusho nje ukuthi njengezakhamuzi sikhungathekile, sithukuthele, sibulawa indlala ngoba uma ubheka zonke lezi zinto ezishiwoyo ezibhalwe phansi zinhle kodwa azikhulumi nathi. Azimthinti ugogo odayisa lapha emgwaqweni, odayisa utamati, ozama ukuziphilisa. Abanye bethu banabazali abangasekho abashiye nezitolo kodwa lezo zitolo ziphethwe abantu bangaphandle amaPakistani. Ngakho siyazibuza ukuthi uombudsman uzosiza ngani ngoba abantu abazuzayo abantu abasema ofisini nje kuphela. Uma kukhishwa izinto ngesitha kuzuza abangane kuphela. Ngakho sesikhathele ilokho okuthiwa ama-Grotman projects ngoba kusenzela ukuthi sibe neziqhwaga ezisihluphayo kwezokwakho kuthiwa ama-construction mafia. Akukho kufanele kwenziwe ngaphandle kwethu kuze kube manje sithola nje phela u30% wesabelo sezimali semali ekhishwayo. Kuzokwenzeka nini ukuthi leyo mali ifinyelele kubantu abantsundu, amandiya, amakhaladi, sikwazi ukuthola u70% ophelele. Ngakho mina angiyisekeli le bill. Ngiyabonga.
Thank you very much. Next.
Good day, my name is Cleo Davids. I'm based in El Dorado Park, the anointed place. My company's name is Creative and Life-Changing Solutions. We thank you for making all these agencies one so that we don't have to run around. However, whenever there's a change with these agencies, there's a lot of reference numbers that's getting lost. Then people that has been on the database for many, many years, they have to start all over again. So this is over and over repetitive site. So please can you ensure that the process is seamless? There was another point I wanted to make. I passed the ball. Thank you for this, but also the mentorship. Please, when we pass money to money, make sure they have the right mindset as how to spend the money for their bills. You've got somebody that no training, no background, you give them 40 million, they go spend it on their cars and their personal stuff. So there is a lot of businesses that's being sidelined based on those scenarios, but we're asking that you please sort out that stuff so that the other person that actually does something don't get marginalized. So I'm asking please, and thank you for everything that you're doing right now.
igama lami uCleo Davis wase Eldorado. Ngiyabonga kakhulu ngokuthi nihlanganise lemikhandlo ehlukahlukene yokuphatha amabhizinisi amancane. Kodwa into engiyiphawulile ukuthi kunama reference number amaningi asetshenziswayo okwenza ukuthi kube isixakaxaka kubantu asebenesikhathi eside bebhalisile abangakwazi ukuthola ukuthi izindaba zabo zihamba kanjani. Ngakho siyacela ukuthi nenze inqubo isheshe kungabi nobuhiqihixi. Abantu baqeqeshwe ngendlela efanele. Abantu banganikezwa imali. Umuntu anikezwe u40 million rand bese uyahamba uyothenga imoto kunokuba enze umsebenzi ofanele. Siyacela futhi ukuthi niqiniseke ukuthi amabhizinisi amancane lawo angatholi usizo njengamanje awabekelwa eceleni kodwa nawo ayasiza. Siyabonga kakhulu kodwa ngomsebenzi omkhulu enwenzayo.
Thank you. Next.
Good day, Parliamentary Committee. Our councillor, my name is Lawrence Kunta. I'm from a company called Learning Interactive Space. We deal with more supporting the young people in entrepreneurship with the skills that are necessary to operate in business. So I myself am from a training background, from a skills background, but my major concern, I know the history of our country that we are so good into planning, putting things on paper. But when it comes to implementation, it's always a challenge. Like I myself have been in this field, working in the township with young people, with the communities. I can tell you right now as I'm standing here that this bill is about to be passed. When I was listening to one of our parliamentary members was saying it's 8 years overdue. But if you can go to the township, to the location, to the people who are actually running business, I can bet you only 2% of them, they know about this bill. So most of the time we come out with nice draft proposal, but those people who are actually supposed to be the beneficiaries, they have no clue of what is happening. The second major concern, as I told you, I've been in this scenario of small businesses. I remember during the time from 2008 to 2016, we had some very young black creative people who were in the broadcasting space, who received contracts from SABC. When SABC was developing, looking for new content, they went to young people to develop new content, production companies. The young people, they responded. Many people, they started their business. Many, they even went to the bank to ask for loans so that they can get something. When they delivered, they were not paid. Many of those people who are not young, as we are speaking, they are old. Their life has been frustrated, families destroyed. They no longer have the motive and the courage to go for business. As my conclusion, we live now in the country that is despondent, as I'm closing. The reason why the country now is despondent, people are frustrated, people are hungry, is because the people who were supposed to inspire us are these people who are running small businesses. But they were never given the support they need. It's nice to have this group of people. You are coming from Parliament, you've been going throughout the country, but the question is, are you really making a difference to the lives of the citizens of this country?
Thank you very much. Sir, do you support the bill? Sir, do you support the bill or not? Just for record purposes.
I will say I read through the bill, especially the first part when you mentioned that you're going to integrate all these small sectors together so that when a small business is applying, it does not have to go all over the place. You will receive help in one place. I will say I do support the bill.
Thank you very much. I want to check with people, do we need translations? When they speak, when my fellow members are saying now, if we speak English, Do we all understand? But if you speak in the mother language, we can just translate in English. Is that okay? Is that okay? Thank you very much. Let's proceed.
Okay, right.
Just hold. She will communicate with you, and she will bring the message to me. Please proceed, sir.
Sanibonani, kamu David Ngobese. Sanibonani lunga laseParliament. Ngokuqala ngisuka eKukamdani Empowerment, ngokuhlala sihlala eWard 67 eUville. Ngiyasupport ibill manithi nifuna ukuhlanganisa wonke amalunga oqhasa ama-business amancane. Bese engicelayo kina abantu baseParliament ukuthi ngathi ningafikelela ema-rural areas niyakheni like ama-mobile section ukuthi niwazi
Just
ukufundisa
hold
abantu
quickly.
abasekuma.
Let's translate as he's speaking. Maybe just give us that first.
Good day, my name is David Ngobesa from Ward 67. I do support the bill, particularly when it comes to the integration of some of these sectors. My request is that the Parliament should go to rural areas, perhaps provide mobile services for such areas.
Yes.
That's all, thank you.
Thank you very much. Next.
Good morning, members of the committee. My name is Toby Chance. I am the head of entrepreneur development at CoSpace Entrepreneur Village, where we provide rental space to approximately 600 small businesses. I am a former member of the Portfolio Committee from 2014 to 2019, and I support the bill. The reason I support the bill, as the chairperson said, is that it was actually discussed in committee from 2015, so it's long overdue. Certainly the aspect of the merger of the entities into one, a one-stop shop, makes a lot of sense. And I also support the introduction of the Ombud Service, because in 2018 I tabled a bill for the introduction of such a service, which sadly was rejected by the committee. We won't go into that now. But it is an important addition to the legislative framework for supporting small businesses. I do have a couple of comments on the detail, if I may just start off with the Ombud. Paragraph 52 of my bill, which was published in 2018, made the following recommendation, if I can just read it out. The parties to an application referred to in terms of this chapter are not entitled to legal representation during the adjudication process, unless A, the adjudicator and all other parties consent, or B, the adjudicator, after considering 1, the nature of the question of law raised by the dispute, 2, the relative complexity and importance of the dispute, and 3, the comparative ability of the parties to represent themselves in the adjudication, concludes that it would be unreasonable to expect the party to deal with the application without legal representation. Now, the reason I'm mentioning that is that part of the problem with the courts is that they get bogged down by over litigation by lawyers. And this is the whole point about the Ombud Service, is that we don't want that to happen. So I think it's an important provision of my bill, and I think it should be inserted into this bill, that legal representation should be an exception, not the rule. It'll also reduce the cost and the time taken to process complaints. The second point I want to make in terms of the memorandum of supporting the bill is that I think it's woefully underestimating the number of applications. 220 applications in year one is woefully underestimated, which means that it's going to have to be much greater resourced in terms of personnel than the budget allows for. Having approximately 8 staff members, including the CEO and the deputy, the Ombud and the deputy Ombud, is just not going to crack it. So if the department is serious about this, they need to put some proper resources behind it. And I think it's the committee's responsibility to ensure that that happens. As regards the agency, the memorandum also indicates 3 scenarios for funding. the current scenario, the fueled and the superfueled scenarios, I want to point out to the committee and the department that CEFA should actually have its loans paid back. It shouldn't just be a continual tap of money that goes into people's pockets and is not paid back. So the 40 or 50 billion rand that is in the superfueled budget is not a cost to the exchequer, it's not a cost to the treasury. It should actually be an investment, seen as an investment. And what should happen is that the committee should ask for impact measures on this investment. So I think it's a very important provision of the bill that it actually puts in the provision for impact measurement. Thank you. I know you're holding me to my time, but that's pretty much all I want to say.
Thank you. Thank you so much for those submissions. If there's further written submissions, feel free to pass it on to our team. Thank you. Next.
Good morning to everybody in the house. My name's Bernard Mervyn Duncan Fertain. I'm formerly from Durban, but residing in Johannesburg. My company is UCIDs, meaning United Construction Iron Dogs. I've been 40 some odd years in the business, in the trade. So what we're actually doing is, before I give my proposal, I accept the bill because the bill is bringing us all together and making us as one. And I like what Mr. Faisal Jacobs has said, that we're not here to make job seekers, we are here to create workers. Now that is what I am about. We are doing skills development. So what we do, we take the youth from the streets. As we all know, the youth now is all going into drugs and alcohol and all that. So what we do, we take them off the street and we give them the skills. We've got a combined package, which consists of boiler making, pipe fitting, welding, safety, everything that consists in engineering that can do with the power stations and refineries, gas and fuel thing. So what we do, we give them 4 months theory and practicals, but we're having a problem. We need to bring this together. As we see our youth is scattered, they're going on drugs and all that. So what we actually want to do is to take this all over. We're not only bringing it to El Dorado Park or to any colored district. We need to take it to Gagiso, Soweto, so everybody, so we can build our youth up. We can make our youth to get employed, give them the skills so they get employed. So with saying that, this is what our thing is about. So you guys, I'll need you all to help us to go forward with this. So how can we be helped? We've got all our papers in order, CPCI, memorandum, everything we've got in order, but we're struggling to get help. We've done the course here in El Dorado Park, we've done the theory, but we're trying to get a place now to do our practicals for the youth so they can do the practicals so they know exactly how to use the tools and equipment. So when they go on site, they know exactly everything. So we teach them practically everything before they go on site. So they versed with everything. As we know, our youth, some of them haven't been to matric, they haven't got N1, N2, N3. So this is how we come into this thing, to bring the youth that haven't got the skills and the education to do it. So we just teach them the skills and the training. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much, sir. Next.
Good morning, Portfolio Committee. My name is Zwangendaba Spamandla Mchali. Zwangendaba. I'm from Zwangendaba Holdings. I reside currently in Malvern, Johannesburg, Ward 118. Chairperson, through you, Chairperson, I would like to say, firstly, famosely, let me acknowledge and support the bill by allowing these two institutions to be combined together, so that you don't find some black kids from certain areas. Some people are very destitute. Creating a business, it's actually for them. It's giving someone who's an external, who doesn't have anything to benefit, something to do. So I think it's a good idea for what you have taken. You have taken a very big steps. Chairperson, I don't want to dwell too much on other things because other colleagues have said much. And the problem, we know the problem where it falls. I think we need to unlock that problem because there's some gatekeepers somewhere that's sitting, and some people here, I can tell you, I'm one of those victimized people that I could not even, today, I'm still standing here. There is no funding that has been allocated to me. From 2019, I brought this thing to the committee in Parliament from 2019. I'm still waiting to this date. I am still fighting this, still requesting more documents. Instead of me getting the funds to go and allocate, to go and start with a project, they want more projects. They want more documents. I don't know where would I get those documents without without capital. Because when you go to someone who's a private sector, you need to have a capital for them to do that. Currently, I'm under a lot of debt. I can't even breathe. But I support the integration. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next.
Good morning, Parliament. Thank you for having us. I'm Yolanda Arendse from Arendse Opportunity Creators. I'm from Region C. As the gentleman just stated with the whole thing about not getting funding. So my suggestion is, I'm also not going to ponder too much because most of the other colleagues already said what I needed to say. So my suggestion is, if you guys could do a rotational funding, that would be fair to every SMME, because I support the bill firstly, because you are all coming together now. So it's not just certain SMMEs that's going to benefit all the time. So if there could be a rotation, say maybe you get funding this year, and then you get it in another 2 years, because with that funding you should have built already and grown, and maybe not even need it in the future. So basically that's all I have to say for now. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next.
Testing. Morning, members of Parliament. Good morning, general public. 100%. My name's Declan de Munster, and I am from a neighborhood called El Dorado Park in Soweto. Our organization is called the Empire Bus, and what we deal with is youth empowerment. So firstly, I'm for the bill 100%. I'm behind the bill. I just feel that if response times could be increased, communication between an organization or PTY to, let's say, for example, SEDFA. Now that it's in existence, I'm pretty sure that that would help response times because it's one entity now. So I'm happy about that. Business advisories also. I've been waiting for a business advisory for over 8 months right now. And that's just something I wanted to come and express to you guys here today as well. Thank you.
We will continue with the hearings, but I also want to alert the public that we has, as Parliament, requested both the department and the entities CIFA and CEDA to be here, and I have been informed that they are here. Okay, please proceed, sir.
How are you, everyone? My name is Pegizizwe Philip Masugu from the company called Zani Building Construction. The company has been established 1998. It has been long in the game, but the company is not growing because of red tapes and the failure of the government to come with a program, real program, that will take SMMEs from one level to another level. But the government, what it will do, it will come with red tapes, come with obstacles that will hamper the SMMEs from growing make it more difficult to get into industry and to grow in the industry. And but now what is surprising here is that the parliamentarian here, some of them are the struggle heroes. They fought for this struggle so that we can transform the economy, we can transform the nation. But after more than 25 years in government, we are saying the fiscus has no money. And then we ask ourselves, why the treasury has no money? Because the government has missed the opportunity to grow the economy, to assist the SMMEs. I cannot be an SMME forever. There must come a program where we say you take these people from level 1 to level 2 to level 3 to level 4, and you can crack that thing back to say as a government, during this financial year, we have managed to take so number of SMMEs from this level to this level to make sure that they are sustainable in growing. But that is not happening. And sometimes I sit and think of these things, I say these things have been captured long ago. No, you are talking about state capture. But the programs that were meant to assist us, to empower us, to grow us, have been captured. The funding are being pumped there, and they are being channeled somewhere else. They are not reaching the main people that they are supposed to be reaching. My concern is one. We are in government, term after term, and then you watch your economy going down. You watch the SMMEs being disgruntled, everybody being disgruntled, people being unemployed. Because this thing is simple. If you pump the money, the resources into us, we employ people, the economy grows, people become employed, they are able to contribute to their treasure, to tax, to grow their fiscus, the economy grows. We are no more talking about 1%, 0.what%. How can a country like us, with minerals and everything, rich in everything, but we are talking about fiscus has no money, we are withdrawing some of the programs because we cannot finance them, the hospitals cannot be financed, we are cutting the budget. How can a country like us, how do we find ourselves where we are? One of you said, hey, this bill is 8 years. You know, we are not even ashamed to say it's 8 years, what you call, it's 8 years behind in terms of its implementation. When you say it's 8 years, you see for that 8 years, how many companies, SMMEs, have you caused that could not grow? Because you've been sitting in this committee and doing absolutely nothing. But at the end of the month, earning your salary. Is that fair? I'm part of NCI, is an incubation program. CEDA is a partner. We've been getting training. In fact, you can see my certificate. I am very educated.
Thank you very much. No. Can I ask you not to be disrespectful? It's important that we listen. No. Just hang on. Please, no. Can you respect the chair? We said that we're in Parliament. We've allocated time to you. We've given you time. Please make your written submissions there. It is finished. Thank you very much. Can we have the next round? Can we take 5 hands from the side and 5 hands from the side?
get out. I get out. I want to go this way.
Okay. Can we get number 11? Okay, what we'll do is we'll first take the next 10. Please be seated, those that haven't made the next round. Please proceed, sir.
Nana. Sanbonanan. Ninjani. Igama ngosiphamandla wezimenzwana. Ngila eGP. I-company yami iPoken Pty Ltd senza we are into manufacturing of cleaning detergents. Angeke ngikwazi ukusupporta le committee simply because I think we are being misled by our government in South Africa. When we are looking at this perspective, looking at the economy of United States of America, looking at Google, looking at Facebook, those people are from the garage, but they are into global economy today. How does South Africa, it means that they don't see that how other countries do. And furthermore, when you're looking at this perspective again, we are not growing simply because we are led or our leadership is bad. If we're looking at PRASA, there's so many people that have been selling there, they have lost their businesses. What is happening? And we are in business now. I'm into manufacturing. I suppose not to be here and struggling with my business. I should be selling and making more money and creating jobs, but no. I've registered with CSD since 2016. I'm not getting any tender. I'm nearby GP police station where I can go and submit my product and they take it if they are good, but not because they have to go to CSD. I don't know, maybe they will approve when Jesus come back. I don't know. It's not good. It's not good. You people, you are in parliament, you are eating money. But when we are here, why is it like this in our own country? Don't you see other countries, Saudi Arabia and other countries? We are not happy, to be honest. And I don't think this thing, it will end well. Thank you.
Sorry, sir. Sir, can I just get an indication if you support the bill or not? No. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Greetings. Sanbonani, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Felicia Kumalo. I'm from Diepsloot, and I support half of the bill. But to support why I support half of the bill, which for obvious reasons that previous speakers have mentioned, I wanted to also find out if can the bill protect local investors who decide to invest in small businesses. This will also become a solution for funding issues because then our community members can invest in the businesses that operate in their communities. And having protection from the bill will allow them to take that risk with businesses in their communities. Also, just to use what happened, I raised my hand in the first group, but I wasn't chosen. And amongst the speakers, I don't know how many youth they were. And in South Africa, we have 63.3% the youth, meaning old people are less than 40%. And yet we are not being pushed into the platforms that need young people. I love what our previous speakers have said, including Ubabu Begi Zizwe, where he says he's been in this industry since 1998, and people are tired. But while they are tired, they are not able to bring the young people to work with them because there are so many red tapes, including this bill. It says that on the content of the board, where you choose the board, it does not include the ethics or the types of individuals to occupy those positions, meaning that there will be another situation the youth, and also while we are protecting the SEs like Abo Shoprites who are making it, let alone the Pakistans, though, talking about Shoprite who and suck the economy out of our communities to fund their trips to Dubai and steal even other resources, including minerals that we are saying you are stealing. I love what the speaker said when they say the parliament is stealing our money. You may be thinking, I earned my salary, yes, but the fact that you're allowing businesses from other countries to come and suck the money out of our economy without tax, without fines, you are stealing our money. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that submission. Next.
Good day to everyone. My name is Matumi Ludwig Sebetula. I was born in Limpopo. I actually came to Joburg for greener pastures. I am from Ward 123, Region F, that's in town. And I won't be long, but I just want to say to everyone who's sitting here and listening to my voice that the only thing that I've observed coming from the side of our parliament is for them to go through each and every company and make sure that they pay taxes, and we're not being taken care of. Okay, my company was established in 2008 after I left my previous employer. And what I experienced in 2014 when I firstly received a tender from one of the organizations amounted to 1,200,000 rand. I actually suffered looking for funding, went to CIFA, they were in Bramfontein, Brampark, and they were very useless. I must say that. Very useless and so disgusting. You know, having a PO in your hand, you go there, show them, this is what I got, I just need funding to do this work. You know, I was turned away like, I'm not a South African, my heart started bleeding. I went to banks, no one wanted to fund my company until I phoned one of my cousins who worked for Sasol in Secunda, who actually gave me something like 25,000 rands, and I employed 38 people to do the building upgrade, and I must say that through that, it was a success for my organization. However, I still have got a worry that people are sitting, you guys are sitting in parliament, you really don't go to where people are. You came now here because you want to get our views. It's very good for us to cough out whatever we're actually facing as small enterprises. You know what? Job creation is very simple. Guys, job creation, very simple. All you do, you walk out of that parliament, try and station people to the right places, go and talk to people, check exactly what they are actually suffering from as small businesses. I can tell you, these people that are sitting here can make sure that the job creation is nothing in our country, provided you guys stand up and go and talk to us.
some documents to hold you guys accountable. I would have no choice, but now. And I'm glad that we actually met in this hall that we all, because but SMEs working here, people could be placed up. For 20 years, this hall's been like this. And I'm glad you guys, you came to see, like, this is what we have to go through. We've been going for trainings, we've been skilled, but we just need you to come to our level. It's great to have these great bills in detail. The young people, like they said, we need a shorter version of your bill so we can understand. You want to have young people, but we need skilled working South Africans. Okay, you need to come down to the people's level. Okay, and make us accessible to have funding. If I want something, give us the equipment, give us the money to, not necessarily the money. If you don't want to give us money, give us the equipment to work. South Africans, if you know the stats, we've been working for teenagers. 80% of South Africans like to go to a job Monday to Friday. The rest of us here are entrepreneurs. We need the support. We need you guys to work with us. You are there, we are here. So we basically need a strong communication between you guys to please assist us. I know we can be here the whole afternoon, but let's please help each other to get to the point and come with solutions in our country. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jennifer. Next.
Khotso. Good morning, everyone. My name is Malisala Matibela. I come from Deep Sloot. It's within the city of Joburg, Region A. My company is called 2MC Design. We do social enterprise development, whereby we help community-based SMEs to achieve their objectives. Then one of those objectives, it could be bringing food at the end of the day at the table. All right, I've got a script here. It's designed by us. We say we are united against the distribution of expired and counterfeit food in our community. Then what we can say, where is the origin of this problem? For an example, there are people in the community who are hustlers. They do whatever it can take to bring food at the end, at the table. Some of them, it's a shocking. They go to the dustbin in ShopRite, Woolworths, Pick n Pay, Spar, to collect food and sell it again in the community. Here's the script. So that's why I'm saying, I'm giving you an invitation. We'll be having the event on the 10th January in Deep Sloot. So I'm willing to leave this with a portfolio. Thank you so much. Regarding the motion, I can't say yes or no. It's yes, but it's not supposed to be you guys. It lacks, it needs a bit of education, because the bylaws are the gap where our people skip in most cases. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. Next.
Sure. I'll start by greeting everyone, the business people community that is here, our parliamentarians, but I want to usher a disciplinary weight first to our parliamentarians. They don't respect us. They are calling a meeting for 10 o'clock. They come 10:30. They don't start, when they start the meeting, they don't even apologize why they are late. That's where the first point starts. If we start rotten, we start to getting rotten from the head, then we go down. If the parliamentarians that are paid, that have got blue lights, they can't be punctual, then they don't teach us as business people to be punctual. That's the first thing that we need to do. Let's be punctual and let us respect one another. Thank you very much. The second one about the bill. This bill, it has taken 8 years to do. This bill will be implemented 20 years down the line. This is a bill that is going to educate our kids, our children, how to run the business. But it's not a bill that is going to help us as business people now. Let us start now. This bill, where are we going with it? Are we talking about how do we make business people in our community to prosper? Firstly, who's the biggest employer in the country? Is the government. The biggest employer in the country is the government. Who's doing 80% of work that the government is having? It's the white people, the white monopoly. We are elected the parliament to change the wheel. It's now 25 years, 30 years. They haven't changed the wheel. Even today, we are talking of 30% of the economy that it's left for the black and 70% it's left for the white people. Let us change the wheel if we want to address the bill of small business people. How do we do those things? Firstly, we've got streets, we've got everything. We've got schools, we've got hospitals, we've got all the infrastructure of government. Who maintains it? Who maintains it? How does he maintain it? Does the government play the role there? The government doesn't play the role. It plays an oversee role to say that we are giving these big companies, Bitvets, how many percent does it have in the government? Bitvets alone. How big is Bitvets? It's even fighting with the people that are supposed to be cleaners. Cleaners, it's doing cleaning, Bitvets, it's doing security, Bitvets, it's doing cars, it's doing everything. At the end of the day, it's the one that is taking. Let the parliament not protect the monopoly against us, South Africans. Let us reverse the whole thing. Thank you for that.
Thank you very much, sir. Next.
Correct. Good morning, Hoemore Salon Maliko Tovela Auction in Da. My name is Kaliaka Mutapo from Limpopo, but I'm here at Joburg, Rivonia, Wat 106. Ntho e kgolo e botlhokwa mo go rena ko re amogela yona parliamentary ya rena ka melaotheo ya yona goba dilo tše e tlileng ka tsona.
The most important thing is that we want the parliament to actually do the things which are important to us.
E ska ba fela gore botša dilo mara go sena action goba go sena tšwelopele ya dilo tšeo ba re botšang tšona.
The parliament, they're not supposed to tell us things and yet there's no action to what they are telling us.
Because kanu wa lo ke bolela ka tsela eo go na le di-project tše e le gore di gona mo diwateng tša rena re ne problem ka tšona.
As we speak, there's a lot of projects in our wards, but we have problems with them. There's no solution.
Ka baka la gore ba re tshepiša dilo tše e le gore a di go ba re botše ka di-30% tše e le gore a di go ba re botše ka the value of project mara tše e le gore a di go ba sa re fe ditaba ka botlalo ka nnete.
They promise us a lot of things like 30% on projects, project values, all those things, and yet only to find that there's no solution.
Ge ke bolela ka nako e go ne project ko wateng ya rena ko 106 project e la ke ya Johannesburg Water ke ya last year mara even now no general worker no SMME ge ke bolela ka nako e 30% ba bolela ka nna re bone dilo tše ditšitšo ba di announce mola re di bone mara project ga nyo e eme di SMME as ba di selector ga re tse rona go direga.
As we speak in Ward 106, there's a project there, water, Johannesburg Water.
Yes. Yeah, it's a reservoir.
A reservoir, and there's no people who are employed there as the general workers. There's no small SMMEs, which are also helping there. So it's a problem that we're facing.
So, e ke ya go announce ntho go swana le jore parliamentary ge e tla go rena e tle ka nnete e tle bereke le rena e re thušetse dingwe go swana le project tša go swana le Johannesburg Water, City Power, JRA, JDA gore ba le bone ba kgone tsena ka re ga tsona gore di small business di kgone go gola.
So what we need is for the parliament, when they come to our shores, to actually help us and make sure that the small businesses, SMMEs, they get help from the government for them to grow as small businesses.
e nngwe ke gore le tsona parliamentary ya rena re kgopela gore mo diwateng at least o be le motho o tee gore ba babedi gore ba kgone monitora gore ke nnete di-project di tsamaya ka tsela nnete goba ka molao na.
So we were also pleading that the government or the parliament must also choose or select 1 or 2 people for them to go to the wards and see if there's any progress and monitor if anything goes according to the book.
Thank you very much,
Thank
sir.
you so much.
Next. I'm not sure why we're standing there at the back. Can I ask the ushers to take those people's numbers down? And I don't want people to be standing. We'll take 10 at a time. Please proceed, sir.
Sanbonani, good morning. Guys, you are missing out on a cream of innovation when it comes to the generation which we call them the millennials. You are too hesitant in how you plan. I mean, this is a very unique generation. It's a unique generation because of we grew up making our own choices. We were born in creativity and we were inspired by all what is happening in the world. And your hesitancy speaks a lot into why we are not moving forward. Like 8 years, the bill in the making is very disheartening. And 2, it's not the talent that is a problem in South Africa, but it's a support to the talent which is a problem. We need to think about what we are doing here. In fact, you need to think about what we're doing here with all the agencies. Where in South Africa you haven't produced $1 billion in US dollars from all the financial services that you offer to entrepreneurs since from 1994 all up till today. No $1 billion has been produced by all the funding systems. That says a lot about your plan and your progress. And it tells me that perhaps you are not very cognizant of the potential of Africa, of South Africa in particular. I mean, South Africa can take over the world. Now we have the AFT, Intra-Africa Trade Agreement. We are positioned to be the supplier of Africa in products and services and goods. But because of the very systems which we have put in place, they make us not to be able to be of productivity, to be able to produce those products and services which we can be able to import into Africa. And whilst we are still talking about Africa coming here to invade our spaces in terms of businesses, why isn't it that we are also having businesses, small businesses from Africa invading Africa, taxi industry? There are no taxis in many places in Africa. Our taxi industry is supposed to be like the spaza shops in most of African places, just like they are invading us here. But the government seems not to be cognizant of that fact. So I am in support slightly of the bill, all right? I saw very interesting things about the bill, like the co-op banks. That's a good, I mean, it took time, but it's a good thing. And I hope that you can actually be able to integrate. You need a system that will operate on the grassroots level. It should be like a software application that will be able to facilitate these small businesses, in fact, entrepreneurs which don't have any funds, or in fact, entrepreneurs who are just from disadvantaged background. You need a system that will come prior to see a platform. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next.
Well, greetings to everyone. I'm Malebo, and I'm from Albertsdale, Alberton. I would just like to say that I am for the bill. There are interesting things that were listed here. I just have 2 comments that I would just like to add, mostly based on what the previous speaker has said. I mean, we are a generation where technology is a great instrument in assisting small businesses to grow and scale. And I feel like that is one thing that is actually like not looked into by some of these objectives that I have read here. Because if you skill the owners in knowing how to use these systems and how to use these tools to help their businesses, so that they also understand what these tools are for, and so that they can be able to make sustain their business, and to also gain access to other alternatives of financial instruments outside of the government and banks, because there are crowdfunding platforms out there who are probably looking at previous disadvantaged small businesses and would really be keen in assisting them. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Next.
Yeah, greetings everyone. My name happens to be Babisa Terge from a notorious township called Diepslot. I represent the organization called the Diepslot Youth Program, and I also run a company called Umtonje Voyage. I always say, Mudimun Tusegeskasinya meeting wa batho ba bantsho. Because I say things the way they are. I don't agree with this. I totally don't agree for the fact that it does not talk to our black business that are coming from the rural area, that they were lost through economies of that. How do you revive them? People that are here will agree with me on the other hand to say every township has a person who volunteer themselves their time to assist young business entrepreneurs. But this bill does not talk into how does the government going to empower that particular young person to make sure that they continue doing what they are doing to build the economy of that township. And the other thing is very so our kids at schools are doing economics that it does not even talk to the township economy, because whoever created the book does not understand the challenges of the township economy. How do you educate our people with the economy that was relevant before 1994 now? Because now the challenges are different. And also, we are talking about growth and the new era and the fourth industrial revolution. But this bill does not talk to how do we take our influencers and make them to be formalized in terms of influencing people on social media like your TikTok and so on. And those social media platforms now are used for negative things, that rather than us taking advantage of this and educate our people. Lastly, before I can go down, if you go to Winnie Mandela Drive, former William Nicol, there's a lot of young people that are panzolas and so on that are dancing on those streets, those robots, getting money. Those are entrepreneurs. This bill does not talk to them to say, how do we make sure that we formalize that they understand that dancing and including theater, including industrial theater, can make a living out of that. And you go to China, it's one of the people that is rating number 3 in terms of film, making sure that they are making economy of the country in China with film industry. Every township has a young person who has a camera who make a film. And this bill does not talk to them in terms of empowering them and funding them to do that. I thank you.
Thank you very much. Next.
Am I fine? Afternoon, everyone. My name is Anastasia Mohammed. I'm from El Dorado Park. This is a clean slate for me today, because when I was hearing what yourself was sharing, I had no understanding of what was happening. I have been working on myself for many years right now, so I understand my system. And I'm standing here to say that I'm willing to understand what has been said on the bill, and maybe like me starting right now, understanding myself and starting my own brand off, like, get direction right now, So this is me coming, having courage and say, listen, yeah, I don't know, but I'm willing to work with you guys. You know what I'm saying? And if we can all come to the level, I don't think there is a problem of jobs. I think there's a problem of people not understanding who they are. And as soon as you get courage and clarity on where you're going in this life, I don't even think funding will be a problem, because you'll be aligned to where you're supposed to be, because we all are given talents and we all have got gifts, So I think if we understand ourselves, I am contributing to the government, and this is how we make our South Africa best and the world. So that's why I'm standing here right now. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Ms. Mohammed. Next.
Thank you. My name is Laki Ketlele. I come from an organization known as Soweto Organized Business Collaboration, and as well as the Dr. Richard Maponya Institute. Firstly, I support the bill, but I have a lot of reservations and challenges in terms of the implementation of the bill. First and foremost, the department in question, which needs to make sure that this bill is delivered to our people, is one of those departments which are not properly resourced to be able to do that. And secondly as well, you are in Gauteng. In Gauteng, for the past 8 years, we've been fighting with the administration. At least last year, we got them to sign into law the Township Economic Act, which then means that this bill is behind, because already you are in a province where there is an act that talks to rural areas and township areas. So that on its own, it kind of tells you that we behave as if we are in a federal country, yet we are in a country which is a 3-tier government. And therefore, there is no talking of these different tiers, and you are creating problems for us. I mean, the very CIFA which we have brought here has industrial parks in Soweto, which are hijacked, and that on its own is creating a problem between the locals, and people from outside, because the very people who should be managing their own property on behalf of the citizens are not doing so. So at the end of the day, you would find we would need space to be able to do business. We don't have space, because the space is being hijacked by people who are not properly registered and are not paying tax. Yet when you run a business from South Africa, you find a lot of red tapes, which makes it impossible for you to be able to do what you need to do. I mean, for the past 2.5 years, Toby, CoSpace has been trying to invest a smart industrial park into Soweto. We've been going up and down with them. It's been a problem. You have schools which are not being used. You have land that has been sitting there. But when you go follow the channels, you reach dead ends. But then you would find people from outside, they just set up and they work. And you ask yourself, what type of a country are we living in, where there are rules for others and there are no rules for others? So therefore, those are some of the things which we would need to strengthen, and really clearly allow municipalities to also, push the issue of development in the areas where they are on behalf of national government. I think if you could strengthen that, we'll see where we're going. Because currently, telling you the truth, that's one of the reasons why you find now 80% of townships, spaza shops are hijacked by people from outside, because they are organized and they've realized that this government is sleeping. And therefore, that will create people to fight one another, because we are not heard and we are not supported in terms of the work which we need to do. So, parliamentarians, you must wake up. If you are not going to wake up, I'm telling you, you are the ones which are going to create that there should be a civil revolution that will happen in this country.
Thank you very much. Next.
Good day, Honorable Parliamentary. I'm Shadrach Joseph Mutlala from Alexander Region E. I'm on behalf of small trade, small businesses and all different categories at Alexander. So I know businesses from the veins, but what I believe, people are hungry for the frank dialogue about the state of our nations. Because it's always the failure, it's not an option, it's a risk is a high return. So I'm constructive support amendment bill to assist us individual, because we maintain in effort of difficulties at the small businesses individual. So I base the question to CEDA and CIFA, because now as we are the small businesses, we run individual, we're running about 5 years now. But there is no effort when we can see how to empower our small businesses to get the funding. While we have some different categories, then all those categories should get some grant to develop their own businesses. So I was so happy now when the parliamentary included the amendment bill to show us to live life and to take us to the higher momentum. So what I'm gonna say now, I say let's put our effort to defeat the poverty, because poverty is a disease for everyone. So I know business is a bond of sibling all the times. Sometimes business are divine intervention. Sometimes business are rescues. Because we have more significant challenges, we work with all different categories. So we know if ever we can stand to represent us to get on the board with the CIFA and the CIFA to get the funding. I thank you.
Thank you. Next.
Dumelang, lebitso la ka ke Mathabo Thebehadi. I'm from Rodiport. Lebitso la ka ke Mathabo Thebehadi.
Greetings, my name is Mathabo Thebehadi.
The red tapes tse batho ba di tlhalosang ke, for example, like ko Sanral ena le di project, Prasa ena le di project, but you cannot kene mo di project tseo. Like specific the project tseo di eleditswe bo mang, and then whenever go na le di project tse di tlang ko di township tsa rona, already the project tseo di tlasetse di na le batho. And our government is wrong, because ha batho ba ya ba ilo ba tlo botsa hore project like go na le main contractor, ha ba e botsa hore project e tlile yang because arena information. Government ya rona e senda mapodisa hore ba lo tshwara di local business people ba ba dulang mo. So we don't know hore like project ha etla e tshwantse e benefite di local business people around the area. But already said about Let's
get translation. Let's get translation to solve.
Okay. I just want to highlight the red tapes. For example, companies such as Sanral and Prasa, they have projects. However, those projects, they do not benefit the local people. Whenever there are projects, they are given to the people who have already been chosen. And the government is also at fault, because whenever the people go to them and ask about such situations, they call the police on the local people and ask and fight them. So we want to also highlight such issues.
And it is difficult for us as business people, like I'm a woman, but I can create a first preference. Whenever, whatever ko yang ko teng, as a businesswoman, it's like oppressed every time